Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me again. This is the For Real About Real Estate Book Club, and our book for right now is Your First Home by Gary Keller. My name is Irvin Beecham. I'm your host with the most, and I got my For Real About Real Estate shirt on today. So today, we're still in chapter one, and I wanted to talk to you about this part. Now, I don't have the physical copy of the book. I have it on Kindle and I have it on Audible. So as I'm referencing things, you kind of got to just look um, in your book. If you don't have the Kindle version, I'm kind of reading the bold print sometimes, and I may not. There's other chapters, but I'll give you a general idea where I am. And if you read the book, you'll see what I'm talking about. So today, home is where your wealth is. Home is where your wealth is. Now, in the book, Gary talked about Winnie and Stanley, who purchased a home. I guess what was it World War I, World War II? I don't know. Purchased a home in the past, and over time, it ended up being a lot of money in the future. And so, I personally went. I personally saw that happen to me. I'm gonna share a story with you guys. This personally happened to me. Really, that's why I know this book is on time. I mean, most people probably know, but look, I'm gonna share this with you anyway. So look, when I was younger, my grandfather purchased a lot of real estate here in Tampa, and he happened to purchase a house on Boulevard, North Boulevard in Tampa Heights, and it's a 1923 house block, 3 bedroom, 2 bath house. And I don't know how much it cost because obviously I was little when it happened, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't worth $400,000. So like I said, it was a 1923 house. My family lost it. If you watch my other video, you'll see that story. I don't go into all that, but anyway, we lost the house. But over time, especially when I got into the industry, I kept tabs on that house. In fact, I still some of my well, I don't want to say that, but anyway. So let's just say that I over time I kept up with the house, and I watched it, and I watched it go from this person and that person, and I watched the renovations happen. So anyway, long story short, we had the house paid for back in I want to say 19, let's just say 78, 79, like 1980. Let's say 1980. House paid for in 1980. My family at the time refinanced the home to get some repairs done, and then stopped paying the mortgage, and then we eventually lost the house. That house, I don't know how much it cost back then, but I know it wasn't this price. That house just recently sold for $400,000. That's why when I saw it in the book, when I read it in the book, I was just like, wow, that happened to me. The house is probably about $60,000 or $70,000, um, and it's amazing. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, homes where your wealth is. You can take advantage of different programs. You don't have to lose your house. Is what I'm like. We lost house. You can take advantage of when you need repairs of a program called the FHA 203K program, which in a nutshell is you get repairs done to your home, and then you pay the monies back, like basically getting a mortgage. But listen to this. Like I said, the home was a 1923 house. What I just told you, the house was paid for by the time we got to 1980 ish. I don't know because I was a little kid, but let's just call it 1980. The home needed repairs. They had never, we just patched this to patch that. Now we're at a point where the roof is leaking and the windows are outdated. We get a loan, a remodeling loan, but not a 203K, just a regular um, HELOC, home equity line of credit. They didn't pay it back, and then now we lost house. But we didn't. It was a lot of other things that was wrong with the home that we didn't get done. So this episode, when I talk about homes where your wealth is, if you and your family purchase a home, this is my advice to you: get that home with the intentions of keeping it in the family for life till Jesus come back. Okay, you don't want to get a house and then not keep it. And there are programs set up for you like the 203K program. And there are things that you can do maintenance-wise, preventative maintenance-wise, that I'm sure we could have did, or my family could have done, to keep the house in better condition so that it doesn't get to a real bad state where we need to get a loan. And I mean, things are going to wear down, okay? It's not like nothing lasts forever. But the point is, there are things called home warranties. Now, I'm going to briefly talk about a home warranty. A home warranty is a policy that you can get on your small appliances, your air conditioner, hot water heater, stove, refrigerator, etc. Even some of them have roof involved. And what that does is when those things break down, which they will, there's no doubt about it, you can, with the home warranty, you can pay a minimal cost, basically a service charge for a repairman to come out, a licensed repairman or repairwoman to come out, fix the appliance that's broken. If they can't fix it, they will replace it for free. Well, basically the trip charge. You're going to pay the trip charge no matter what. But I can share some home warranty companies with you, or you can look it up on Google. You don't need me. Look it up on Google, home warranty companies, compare the ones and what they have, and figure out which one's right for you. So when I read that part in the book, I thought about how Stanley and Winnie bought a house a long time ago, and for cheap, and eventually it was worth a lot of money at the end, with just some remodeling. If we had done the same thing, we could be living in a $400,000 house right now, in a great part of town. The part of town it's in now. When we were there, it wasn't the place to be. Now they got the Riverwalk and Ybor and downtown is blowing up, and the house is right there in the mix of all that. Walking distance to the Riverwalk, and we lost it. So you don't have to lose yours. So that was pretty much what I want to talk about in this part of. So I think this part was, home is where your wealth is. Home is where your wealth is. And I want to add this one last thing. Speaking of home is where your wealth is. If you're renting, consider that when you purchase your first home, your mortgage payment is going to be the same for the next 30 years. And guess what? If you pay that mortgage off in the 30 years or sooner, you don't have rent anymore. If you stay renting, I guarantee you your rent is going to go up at some point. Every now and then they might leave it the same for a year and then they bump it up, a little bit the following year. But you'll continue, and guess what? You'll never own that apartment or home you're renting. Plus, for my people that's renting homes, you have to consider that the owner may go through some type of situation, financial crisis, or just may decide they don't want to be a renter anymore, and they sell the home while you're still renting. You may be paying your rent on time and never been late, and all of a sudden they're going to come to you, the property manager or the owner, and say, "Hey, we're putting the house on the market." So keep those things in mind, and that's why you should try to get your first home as soon as possible, especially with interest rates the way they are right now. So that's it for today, guys. Still in chapter 1. I'm loving this book. If you haven't read the book, I'll have a link in the group. You should read the book. It's a great book. And I will see you guys later. We'll probably still be in chapter 1. I got a few more things I want to talk about in chapter 1. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me at any time, and I'll answer your questions. If I go through a part of the book, or if I skip a part that you want to hear about, or you want me to deep dive in, or you have a question in, please reach out and talk to me. Ask me the questions. I'm here for you. This book club is for you and to educate you and your family on how to buy your first home. I'm Irvin Beecham. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.